inning plus the regular season ECAC. What have you learned from these guys, from Union and your team as well? You guys mentioned.
Well, we see them a lot. I mean, I know this is the fourth game, but we see them every weekend on video because they're playing the other team that Friday, Saturday with the split opponent. So we're very familiar with them. But honestly, I don't think we learn anything from all of it. I think we learn little things each time. And one of their players is here at the press conference, and you see him. I know who he is, right? I don't know him, but I know who he is because I've seen him so many times. Like, all right, who else is that tall? Who's got that color hair? That's how often we've seen them. So I think it brings a familiarity. But really, I think all bets are off when you get into a rivalry game because of the passion that's going to go into it to get that trophy.
Dave, the last couple of years got shut out. First of all, we're happy Connor Murphy's not here.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Connor Murphy is. I'm happy that we all have great athletes.
So what do you got to do to crack the goal, get some goals in this game? It's been one goal in the last 4 Mayor's Cup games.
Well, I think that much like everything, Ken, there's a perspective. Last year, again, I get my years a little bit mixed up. One year, we dominated and lost, I think, a 2-1 game. Last year, it was a close game. We take a penalty and then fall apart in the third period. I don't think any of those things matter in this game this year. I think really what matters is how you're playing on Saturday at 6 p.m. and can you handle the emotions? And in a big game, you have to learn how to do that. In a rivalry game, there's a lot of emotions, and can you tune out the noise and the distractions and play your best hockey? And I expect us to play our best. I expect them to play our best, and that usually leads to a terrific game.
Coach, looking at the last 2 games that you guys played, especially the opener at Union, some real fire wagon hockey. What do you think fans can expect as far as the tempo of the game this time around?
Well, Union's playing really well right now. We had an off weekend, a down weekend last weekend, but I would expect ECAC style hockey, a lot of pace, a lot of physicality. Sometimes that leads to a 2-1 game, sometimes it leads to an 8-6 game. So I think there's a lot of factors. I'm not much at predicting scores, but I know there's going to be a ton of pace and physicality.
Is there any, with this being the rubber game of the season series, that bring some extra juice to try to not only win the Mayor's Cup, but win the season series?
One thing I love about sports is you keep score. So I don't know that it brings extra juice, but if you win, you're telling people you went 2-1.